$200 million sat on a mahogany table, disguised as a stack of pristine legal documents. The man holding the Mont Blanc pen was royalty, a billionaire sheik capable of moving markets with a whisper. The man across from him was a predator in a bespoke brown suit, seconded away from closing the con of the century. The only thing standing between a fortune and a felony was a 24-year-old waitress refilling water glasses. Nobody looked at her. Nobody suspected that behind her polite smile lived a former intelligence sergeant fluent in dialects most diplomats couldn't recognize. One linguistic slip was about to detonate a $200 million fraud. The grill at the Dorchester on Park Lane did not smell like food. It smelled of polished wood, velvet drapes, and generational wealth. For Leona Grant, it smelled like anonymity. At 24, she had perfected the art of being forgettable. Pleasant face, quiet voice, efficient hands. In high-end London hospitality, invisibility was survival. Table for need sparkling, the floor manager hissed. And don't hover. That's Sheikh Hakim al-Rashid. He's worth more than this postcode. Leona nodded and lifted the frosted bottle. Table 4 sat in a velvet shadow corner booth. Sheikh Hakim wore a charcoal Tom Ford suit and the restrained gravity of a ruler educated at Sandhurst and Oxford. Beside him, his advisor Omar scrolled nervously through a tablet. Across from them sat Arthur Pendleton. British, charming, coiled like a viper. It's a standard exclusivity agreement, Your Excellency, Pendleton said smoothly. The lithium deposits in Kunduz are verified. My Zurich partners prefer discretion. They prefer you. $200 million for early rights to electric vehicle lithium. Leona poured the water. She didn't look at the men. She looked at the document. Heavy cream paper. Security fibers. Red wax seal. Arabic calligraphy. It looked perfect. A bead of condensation slid from the bottle's neck and touched the edge of the seal. Omar flinched. Careful. Apologies, sir. She dabbed lightly. The ink didn't run. But the seal, the calligraphy was wrong. Before she became a waitress, she had been Sergeant Leona Grant, British Army Intelligence Corps, cryptologic linguist, document exploitation specialist. She had spent years analyzing forged decrees in Basra and Karbala. The script on the seal was Thulith, ornamental, ceremonial. Government decrees in Afghanistan used Nastaliq. Worse, the grammar was off. The verb for verified was tak. In legal Dari statutes, it should be tasdiq. Tak implied investigation. Inquiry, suspicion. Tasdiq meant notarized approval. Whoever forged this had used a dictionary. She stepped back, heart pounding. Walk away. She looked up. Pendleton held out the Mont Blanc pen. Just here, Your Excellency. The sheik lowered the pen toward the signature line. Leona moved. She stepped between them, grabbed Pendleton's wine glass. It has a crack, she said. It does not. Pendleton snapped. Leave. The paper, Leona said quietly, dropping her Cockney inflection. It is not what you think. Silence. Pendleton stood. This is outrageous. Sheikh Hakim's voice cut like a whip. Let her speak. The seal, Leona said. It claims Ministry of Mines authority. But the script is ceremonial, not governmental. And the verb is wrong. It says tak. It should say tasdiq under the 2021 statutes. Whoever forged is translated verified incorrectly. Pendleton laughed too loudly. You're taking legal advice from a waitress? Leona shifted into Gulf Arabic, specifically the coastal dialect of the Banu Yas tribe. The wolf does not need sheep's wool if the shepherd sleeps, she said. The sheik's expression changed. Ask him to hold the document to the light. Since 2023, mineral deeds bear the Treasury watermark, a scale, not crossed swords. Pendleton lunged. Don't. The sheik raised the paper to the chandelier. The watermark shimmered. Crossed swords, not scales. The sheik lowered the document slowly. You said it arrived this morning, he said to Pendleton. Pendleton's composure shattered. He bolted for the kitchen. Leona kicked off her flats and pursued. She seized a heavy silver ice bucket and hurled it low and precise. It clipped his ankles. He crashed. His briefcase burst open. 5 passports spilled across the tiles. Same face, different names. The con collapsed in seconds. Police were called. The passports confirmed identity fraud. The accounts he provided were scheduled for midnight liquidation. In the manager's office later, Sheikh Hakim studied her carefully. "You identified a dialect error from 10 feet away," he said. "You spoke my grandmother's dialect. Who are you?" Leona exhaled. "Former sergeant. Intelligence Corps. 2018 to 2021. Document exploitation. Why are you serving water?" "My mother has early onset Alzheimer's. Care costs £4,000 a month. I needed stability." The sheik was silent for a long moment. "You saved me $200 million. He wrote a check, £500,000. "Consulting fee," he said. "And I have another offer. Head of internal diligence for the Al Rashid Group, London-based. Triple your military salary." Leona hesitated only briefly. "I'll need to give notice." He laughed. "I suspect your manager will understand." The Shard's 42nd floor replaced velvet carpets with glass and steel. Leona now reviewed contracts worth billions. 3 weeks later, Victor Krov, the con man, sat in Belmarsh awaiting extradition. Robert Kane, chief legal counsel, summoned her. "There's a notebook among Krov's effects," Kane said smoothly. "Gibberish. He requested you see it." Inside, it wasn't gibberish. It was a ledger of dates shadowing the Sheikh's travel. Geneva, Singapore, London. Next to the final entry, the architect. And a routing code, CH449 Alpha Zurich. It wasn't IBAN. It was Hawala, off-books transfers. Leona traced it through encrypted servers. Estonia, Panama, Isle of Man, a shell company, Apex Horizon. Billing paid by a corporate card. Kane and Associates. Her stomach dropped. Kane had orchestrated the lithium fraud as phase one of a larger scheme. Crash Al Rashid stock, leak incompetence, by control through a Zurich consortium. She had ruined phase one. Now she was phase two. Her office phone rang. "Did you crack it yet?" Kane asked, voice colder. "You set me up," she whispered. "I gave you rope," he replied. "Security's on the way. Industrial espionage looks ugly in headlines." She heard boots in the corridor, not escorts. Silencers. Leona grabbed a notebook, her laptop, and smashed the sprinkler head with a fire extinguisher. Black water exploded. Alarm screamed. Door locks disengaged automatically. She barreled through the guards, vanished into evacuation chaos, sprinted down 42 flights barefoot, and disappeared into London Bridge Station. Invisible again, but hunted. She retreated to an old storage unit. Her contingency box from Army days. Burner phone. Cash. Laptop. She uncovered Kane's full strategy. Fake lithium deal. Leak incompetence. Stock crash. Hostile takeover. An email draft was scheduled to send to financial press in 2 hours. Whistleblower reveals massive embezzlement by Al Rashid insider. Her name, framed as Krov accomplice. She couldn't hack his secure server in time. She needed the Sheikh. A news alert flashed. Sheikh Hakim, attending the Royal Opera House Gala tonight. Perfect stage for Kane to poison him. Leona suited up. If the front door was closed, she'd enter through catering, and she would serve Robert Kane his final course. The Royal Opera House glittered beneath chandeliers and camera flashes. Diplomats, financiers, aristocrats, London's elite in black tie. Leona slipped in through catering, invisible once more. Upstairs in the royal box, Sheikh Hakim sat beside dignitaries. Behind him stood Robert Kane, whispering. Leona approached. "Ticket?" A guard blocked her. "It concerns the Krov extradition," she said coolly. The hesitation was enough. She pushed through. Kane turned pale. "Security. Check your bank routing CH449, Leona said. "Apex Horizon." "She's unstable," Kane said. "She hacked us." "Hakim," she said urgently, abandoning formality. "Remember the seal. I told you the truth once." The Sheikh studied Kane, micro tremor in his hands. "Release her," the Sheikh ordered. Leona handed him her phone. The saved draft email glowed on the screen. Kane stepped back. "My team in Dubai," the Sheikh said quietly, "ran background checks when our servers detected a breach. Apex Horizon connects to your wife's charity. Kane's mask fell. "It was business," he hissed. "I built your empire's legal spine. I deserve more. You deserve prison." Cornered, Kane lunged. A ceramic letter opener flashed. Leona stepped into him, trapped his wrist, drove her elbow into his solar plexus, swept his leg, and pinned him to the carpet. "I'm not just a waitress," she murmured. Security flooded the box. Kane was removed discreetly. Publicly, he stepped down for health reasons. Privately, investigations began. 2 days later, Leona packed her office. "You're leaving?" the Sheik asked. "I've caused enough disruption." "You saved the company." He looked out at London. "I purchased your mother's care facility this morning." Leona froze. "It seemed wise," he said lightly, "and ensures my new head of global security has peace of mind." Global security? Diligence is too small. I need someone who sees wolves before they bare teeth. Full autonomy. You report only to me. The contract on her desk carried a salary that made her blink. "Why me?" she asked. "When Kane attacked," the Sheik said, "you watched his balance, not his blade. You are a protector." He smiled faintly. "And Omar insists your coffee is exceptional." For the first time in years, Leona laughed freely. "See you at the briefing," she said. "Call me Hakim." He left. Leona stood by the glass. London spread beneath her like circuitry. She was no longer invisible. She was a shield. From pouring water in velvet shadows to dismantling corporate coups in royal boxes, her journey proved something simple. Competence hides in unlikely uniforms. Integrity costs something. And sometimes, the quietest person in the room is the one who saves it. If you overlook a waitress, be careful. She might just be the smartest person there.